Hi, I'm Randy Lightnening Strike Robinson. This is my amazing sister Renee.
I don't know what to say.
You just introduce. Okay, so I'll ask you questions verbatim. What's up? Hey YouTube fam, I'm back with the video that I told y'all I was gonna come back with, talking to the martial artist about how he rechannels his energy so that, you know, y'all can be helped and inspired so that you can get whatever you're trying to create up and on the road. Here I have Randy Robinson. What's up, bro? This is my brother. So he is 20 years old, so I'm 22. I'm 2 years older than he is, so. Tell us about your passion. What's your passion?
I'm a mixed martial artist. I love the art. I love the spiritual aspect of fighting, not just fighting itself. It's a beautiful thing.
So how long have you been fighting?
For 3 years now, but I've been training for 6.
Okay. How did you find it?
My dad started having like dreams of me being a fighter while I was playing basketball. Slowly, out of nowhere, I started having the same dreams he started having. I did wrestling in 7th grade. I wasn't good my first year. I lost more than I actually won, but I still came 3rd in Clay County.
Oh, that's good. So the first match you did, you lost?
Mm-hmm.
That was just the very first match?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? Like, okay, tell us about the match.
My dad was actually the guy like put my arm behind my back, had my head, my knee by my ears. And my dad was just like, man, how you gonna let that little guy just fool you up? I'm like, man, he cheated. He knew something I didn't know.
After that happened, were you sad?
I was very discouraged. I felt like this wasn't my sport. My dad kept motivating me. He told me that Robinsons don't quit.
Hey, that's true. We don't quit. That's interesting that you said that you felt discouraged at first, because I know a lot of people, myself included, is whenever you're doing something at first and it doesn't go right, it's so easy to be discouraged and not go back. Like, y'all, even with these videos, posting up these videos, whenever I was first trying to get my first YouTube video started, the flow didn't feel right. It's so funny because, you know, I'm a public speaker and I enjoy speaking, but when it comes to videos, it wasn't flowing. And I was like, you know what, fine, I'm not gonna do it. So whenever you felt discouraged, what made you go back?
My dad.
Whenever daddy forced you to go back, what were you feeling inside? Were you like, man, you know what?
I was only thinking, man, I'm only here because my dad wanted me to be here. But really, I was trying to prove to myself that I can do it. If you fall once, you can get back up and try again. That's the beautiful thing about life.
That's good. That's true. That's true. Now, whenever you fight, do you still, like, can you feel that you've grown with it?
Mm-hmm.
How? Like, what feels different? Like, think about the first time that you did your first match, or even just in the beginning of it, versus now. How has your confidence level in it changed?
Your confidence go in your preparation before the fight. You have to trust your training, trust the preparation. If you don't prepare the right way, then you won't be really ready for the fight. Always trust the preparation and trust that you're ready. So
how much time in preparation did you have then versus now?
Back then, I only have like 2 weeks before my wrestling match. Now, because I'm a cage fighter, I have a whole 3 months. A little bit more time, but it's way more stuff you have to do. We run by punches, kicks, knees, elbows. So there's way more art into it now. You gotta train for any given situation. You never train for one particular thing, you gotta train for everything, or else the thing that you're not training for is the one that gets you.
The essence of any type of passion is that it's an art, it's a form of art, it's a form of expression. So how do you express yourself in fighting?
Well, while I'm fighting, only thing I really think about is being free. You have to learn how to be free in the moment. When everything that's coming at you at once, like, you know, when I'm inside the cage, you have the crowd yelling, you can hear their corner saying do moves, you can hear your corner do moves. So you have to make the right decisions at all times. The best way to do that is by being free, relax. You have to breathe.
So I know whenever I'm about to do something, whenever I'm about to do like any kind of performance of art, in the beginning I have like anxiety, and I have all these thoughts coming in my head, and I'm like, oh. So what do you do with your mind? What kind of thoughts are you having?
I use that nervousness for encouragement. What that means, that nervousness feeling is only a feeling. If you choose to let that feeling overtake you, then you won't actually be free. That nervousness have you so tight.
Yeah.
If you use that nervousness for encouragement, it's like, well, I'm nervous, I don't know what to do, but you do know what to do because you prepare for this. That's why you trust your preparation.
It's so funny how whenever you have something prepared and then you're about to do it, it feels like the nervousness make you forget everything. But it's actually, you do remember. It just feels like you forgot everything.
Feelings come and go, but you trust the process.
Okay. In my last video, I was talking about a characteristic of God that I seen through the situation that I was going through. When you're fighting, like think about as long as you've been fighting. And you know, we believe that the passions that we have inside of us are planted. Those passions that we have, those things that whenever we do whatever it is that we're doing, that allows us to feel like we are in sync, like we are completely in alignment with the entire universe. Those type of passions are planted by our Creator. So how has that passion that was planted in you, how has that grown your relationship with Christ?
When I first started fighting, I always used the Bible to take away my nervousness. It's just something about God's words comfort me. More and more I went through fighting, the more and more I started to believe in my own self and not believing in Him. What happened was I started to think about me, like, oh, I can do this stuff, I can do that. The more and more I went through fighting, the more and more I started losing my connection to God. What was happening is my pride. My pride was blocking. My pride was getting bigger.
How did you know it was your pride, though?
It was just the ego. I can feel the ego. I can feel.
I can see it.
I'd be like, I'd be like, I'm Lightnening Strike. You can't touch me. I can't. I'm this. I'm that.
Every single fight, like, cause he would have a match, and I would be there, and the crowd screaming, you know, pumping him up. Every single time it was over, everyone's like, Randy, 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 Randy. I'll be like, everybody's calling his name. I hope they don't go to the wrong place.
But it did. Then I had to realize that, you know, my life is not my own. So I try to only think about myself, that's selfishness, you know?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I always told God, I'm not doing this for myself, I'm doing this for my family. But if I want all the prize, all the glory go to me, then what glory going to God?
Yeah. What's the 3 things that are most important?
My passion with God,
Your
or my passion in art?
In art, in your martial arts.
Well, first is I have to keep my connection to God really strong, or else my art won't come out right. Just the flow, the energy, the art, everything behind it, everything goes to God. So when you're not doing that correctly with God, then your art itself won't come out right. You ever have food that you like, that you know it could have tasted better, but because you rushed it, it didn't come out right? The same thing.
That's a good example.
You just jump into it without trusting God, your faith won't be there. Your faith will be shaky and doubting. In the Bible, it says your faith and your deeds have to go together. So when your faith is strong in God, then you be like, well, the God on my side, I can't lose. The stuff like that will boost you up, give you that strength, that inner power strength. And fighting is all about breaking the next person. If you can break that person, pressure him, get him to do the wrong move, you just pressure him so much that he literally beat himself. You can't do that. You feel me? It's like a mind game, but God is inside of you. God will always coach you through it.
What's the second priority after that?
The second priority after that is just trusting the preparation. And the third is trusting you.
You don't keep that relationship strong, that it causes the art to be, whenever it's displayed, whenever it's done, it's not going to be the result that you want, right? Second priority is trusting the process. Okay, and you kind of already talked about that. The last one is trusting yourself. So go more into that.
Trusting yourself to live inside the moment. That means when the moment that you've been waiting for comes, you have to take it, or else you'll let that moment slip right by you. When that moment comes you've been waiting for, like, man, I trained for 3 months for this. It's time to show the world why I'm the next best fighter that ever lived. Trusting yourself to live inside the moment. When that happens, then that's when you can help. You really helping, not helping God do His part.
Yeah.
You're just helping the process more. You know.
You do your part, God does His. Supernatural. You do the natural part, He does the super part.
Transforming it.
Channeling your.
I don't know what that means.
You already said.
Insecure before the fight.
So what do you do whenever you get in the fight that you don't feel that anymore?
You trust God.
So mentally, what are the thoughts that are happening? Whenever people are doubting you and you feel like, okay, maybe this won't happen, what do you do so that you can re-encourage yourself? How do you re-encourage yourself?
I pray. I literally have a conversation with God.
And that's the only thing you do?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to me, whenever I feel nervous or anything beforehand, like I'm taking this acting course at school, and whenever I feel nervous before one of the performances, and it's so funny because you know that everyone feels this way, but you still feel nervous. But every time beforehand, I just stop and I just take this deep, deep breath. I hold it in, and then as I'm doing that, it's like my mind is just leveling out. And then I remind myself of who I am. I start thinking, you know what? This is just acting. I have everything that I need. I am more than capable of accomplishing the task at hand. I just start encouraging myself by reminding myself of who I am and my capabilities. You should definitely do the same with your fighting or your art or whatever it is that you're doing. Whenever you feel nervous in the beginning, whenever you feel hesitant towards pursuing it, whenever you get in your own way and you can't make that art happen, just stop and breathe. Remind yourself of who you are and your capabilities. Because just like he said, it's about the process. You prepared for it most of the time. Remind yourself of why you're doing it. I was just speaking to someone, we were talking about keeping the passion so that the drive will stay strong. I used to be the kind of person where I would do something and I'd be so passionate in the beginning, and after, I would say like 3 attempts at doing it, I'm like, okay, I'm done. But I've learned that what I have, what you have inside of you, whatever gift it is essential to society, to the progression of the world. Think about it, y'all. This is 2018. We are millennials. The world is progressing and it's moving really, really fast. If you have something in you, you have some kind of idea or skill, even if it's skill that other people have, if you have a skill that you know how to present in a way that no one else can present, or you have a skill that you acquired through hardship, it definitely needs to be shared. So yeah, that was good. Just to give you nuggets.
So God, the preparation, then is you.
Do you have anything else?
And always remember, trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the training. Right before you step in that cage, always remember, I worked my whole life for this one moment. Don't let that moment pass you away.
Okay, y'all. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks for checking in. I'm gonna post another video, and in that video, I'll be discussing another thing that I learned that will definitely impact. Come back to the channel and watch it. All right, that's it. Love, happiness. Thanks for coming in. All right. Okay, just go on. Just go on.
I don't know what we were talking about.
We're talking about changing your energy, channeling your energy to positive. Can you tell us how you do that, please? It's like, just imagine it's like me and you having a conversation in front of another person. So this is another person.
Do we pray yet?
I prayed.
Oh, it's looking pretty good.
I thought you already prayed.
Yeah, I prayed like in the shower. We want to pray right before we start the video.
I prayed right before I started the video.